Oh, coming at you today. Bo Dunn wins. He's here.
In the
How's it going,
building.
buddy?
Hey man, it's going good, man. Just going through some technical difficulties. But hey man, I'm back. Let's get this cash.
Sounds good. Yeah, I keep hearing myself echoing.
I can hear it now too.
Yeah, something's causing the echo.
Give me 1 second.
Uh,
I don't know what it could be, guys.
I can hear it in my voice too.
yeah. All right, MLB action. Yeah, I keep hearing it too. Um,
Well,
You hear it
when
now?
somebody gets in the chat, we'll see how it sounds.
Can you hear it
Diggity.
now?
hey, Dawes, how's it going?
Are y'all still
Yeah,
hearing the echoing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that can be, guys.
I'm gonna mute you for a minute, Bo. Hey, Dawes, how's it going? Yeah, it's Bo.
Yeah.
I don't hear
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's like reverbing or something. Yeah, like some kind of feedback. Yeah. We're just gonna have to deal with it. No big deal. Yeah, Bo's having just a few difficulties. Now he's out. We're not gonna worry about it. We'll see if we can get Bo fixed up. He's had problems the last week or so. It's tough for any of us. Maybe just a little tougher with Bo, but he's resilient and he keeps trying to work through it. He's had the internet company come out and change his router, and not a big deal. He will get it fixed and he will be back and better than ever. Hopefully, we can get him back today. Yesterday, what a weird day. Yesterday, 1-0 on the baseball. Gave out the Dodgers under 8.5. They only scored 8 runs. Cashing that ticket, Dodgers lost again, 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. A little surprising there. We gave 2 plays. I did, and 2 plays in the Astros game under 8.5. That probably would not have worked out. It was 5-1 Astros when the rain came. We did have Astros money line. That would have worked out more than likely, but they suspended it in the third inning. And then the NBA play of the day that I gave was Milwaukee and take the points. Milwaukee fought back and won the game. The points didn't even look good there for a while, but they just hung around, and took advantage of some opportunities at the end and won the game. So they go up 3-2 and head home for Game 6 tomorrow. We've got some Game 6s tonight in the NBA. We will get to, hopefully, like I said, we get Bo back in time for that. He had some props. How was your baseball yesterday, TMAC?
I did pretty good. I had a bounce back day, which I needed heavily. Went 3-0 with 2 pushes. I guess you could classify them as. We had Cincy in the first 5, team total over 1.5 at -128. That cashed very easily. First 5 over 4.5 at -115. That cashed easily. We had the White Sox in the first 5 money line. That game got canceled. We had the Mets first 5 over 4. That cashed quite easily. Then the Houston game under 8.5, which was on its way to a failure, but it ended up being suspended. So that was a push, being 3-0 in 2 day.
3-0 day?
Pretty much, yep.
And 2 rainouts. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good here too. Like I said, 2-0 on the show with the free plays. The paid plays went good. Good day yesterday.
Yes,
Dawson's
sir.
coming at us with the hockey. He's going to take a plus 160 first period. That is going to be Bruins versus the Canes. I don't know what BTTS first period means. BTTS.
Boston's team total? No.
Oh. Austin's team total.
I
Not
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, I'm not real good at hockey. I've been putting some hockey plays in, and I've been getting lucky, first timers, luck or whatever. But yeah, throws out there something, Dawes. I'm looking to put some more hockey in. I'm starting to actually kind of dig it a little bit. As long as they're cashing, it's fun. When they start losing, it's not as fun. BP's got Bucks money line that came through. Both teams to score. See, I don't know all the lingo. There
Okay.
you go. Both teams to score in the first period plus 160. Sounds good. I'm gonna definitely look at that. Okay, BP wrote that too. So there you go. Both teams to score first period plus money. I like it. I might look at that too. Plus 160. Sounds good. If you guys got any more hockey, throw them out there. TMAC wrapped up his MLB from yesterday, and now let's go into today. 3 games starting real early here in the next 45 minutes or so. Mets, Washington. Mets are a big favorite there. Washington kicked their butt yesterday. Is that right? Yeah, Washington took care of them yesterday. The Mets 8-3.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely worth the risk. NHL Tampa minus 1.5 versus Toronto. So Tampa on the puck line in the hockey. You on the Mets and the Washington Nats today?
Yeah, I am. Like
Dawes,
I
wonder
said,
why. Oh, hold on one second, T Mac.
yep.
Dawes wants to know why you can't see BP's comments. The only thing I can guess between that, you guys, is if one of you's watching it on Bo's channel and one is watching on my channel, maybe the comments don't come through on both sides. Because this is being streamed on my YouTube and Bo's YouTube, depending whose channel. BP has been going over to Bo's, I think. And if Dawes, you're on my channel, maybe that's why you can't see the chat. I'm not sure. Um, so maybe you guys flip flop or something. BP's 1.5 St. Louis versus Minnesota. Wild go home if they lose. Sorry, T Mac. Let's go baseball. Mets in Washington.
That's all right. Like I said before, I was talking to John and the back guys. Today was a really tough card. I didn't really love a lot of plays today, but we did manage to get 2 in. So that's 1 in the Washington game. We got Walker for the Mets and Aiden for Washington. I don't trust either pitcher. I really don't. They've been giving up runs their last few starts. Walker's ERA is a 4.9. On the road, it's a 9. Aiden's a 6.9, and then on home, he's a 5.5. They've given up runs, like I said. What do we got here? Sorry, Washington is hitting right now. Last 7 days, they're spanking the ball, guys. They're hitting 286. They've seen Walker 55 times. They got 18 hits and only 3 strikeouts. So they can hit the guy. It's a 387 average. They have home runs and doubles in there. So I do expect Washington to get 2 runs, maybe even more off Walker today, but I put it at 2. And then with the Mets, we all know that they can hit. Their last 7 days, they're 247. Versus Aiden, they've seen them, I think, once or twice. They're only batting 203 against them, though. So it's not really impressive. Their bats are scary to bet against, but I did take Washington in the first 5 plus half a run at minus 106 or 108. And just one other play I like to, I didn't get to the window on it yet, but I'd like to parlay it with something, I think. I'd like to take Washington's first 5 team total over 1.5. I think that was at minus 144 or something. I'd like to parlay that with something else today. So I have not sure what yet, but I probably will find something. And I'll let you guys know if I do.
All right, we'll throw out some options on that. I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you parlay that team total with just another team winning?
Yeah, just something nice and easy.
Yeah, Cardinals. Throw Cardinals in there or something. Because
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
up
have
the
to.
Cardinals money line together. Yeah, Taiwan Walker. Last game out at Philly, he just got beat the hell out of. 4 innings, nine hits in those 4 innings, giving up 7 runs, 2 walks, and only 2 strikeouts. Yeah, Taiwan Walker does not deserve a minus 155 line, especially in the first 5 innings. Um,
Not the way Washington's hitting.
and Aiden's not too good either. I like any of those team totals. Probably could and will go over today as well. Wind's blowing in, but that's not going to affect things too much. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just the value is on Washington.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Washington will get it done, but Taijuan Walker doesn't deserve that kind of respect at all. His ERA is 4.91, but most importantly, he's only pitched 11 innings, and the 4 against the Phillies, he just got shelled. So, yeah, definitely I would like Washington. Bo's channel's Bo Dunn. Bo, D-U-N-N. Bo Dunn wins. Yeah, Dawes, get over there and sub him, and you can even watch it from there, too. Maybe you'll see BB's comments if he's on that channel. Because I'm not sure what channel everybody's on. Like I said, we're streaming it over there to Bo's, too, trying to build his YouTube up as well. So, and I know TMAC was helping out and watching it on Bo's. So hopefully we can link that up together. But Bo Dunn wins. Moving on. Somebody had Oakland Detroit under. Was that Bo when we had him on here?
I think it was.
Yeah. So we'll give that out. Bo liked the under in that game. It's 8. Maybe he had 8.5. Let's see if it was ever really 8.5. Nah, it's been 8 the whole time. So that is one of the plays Bo really liked today. I'm not sure if he's still trying to fix things or if he'll be back or not. He had some nice player props, so definitely check him out. He put a video out on their DAWs, his daily video, and those will have a lot of his better plays and a lot of the ones he'll end up saying here on the show. But under 8 was the play in that game that he really liked today.
I think he liked the Mets as well today.
Yeah, I was just not sure what he liked on the Mets.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I doubt he laid 155. That's not usually a play he'll give out unless he parlayed it. Yeah, I'm not sure what he had really on the Mets. We'll have to go back and watch his video.
Yeah.
Then you got Baltimore, St. Louis. They've split. This is game 3. Baltimore took them the first night, and then St. Louis just destroyed them last night 10-1. Pitch and change, I forget who was supposed to pitch for the Cardinals, but Matz is in there today, the lefty, against Brian Baker.
Oh, I didn't realize they made changes.
From last night into this morning, I made my bet with Matz. I could probably tell you who was originally in there.
I had Hicks.
Yes, it was supposed to be Hicks, and now it's Matz.
So yeah, I got
any bets with Hicks are going to be voided.
Okay.
So Matz is in there today, Steven Matz. Pretty decent year so far. No, it's not. 3-2, 7 ERA. Holy cow, Steven Matz. What did he do? Get beat up last game? Yeah, he did. Last game he got destroyed. That's what crushed his ERA. San Francisco lit his ass up. 2 innings, man. 5 hits, 8 home runs. Wow. Yeah, or 8 earned runs. I might have said home runs. Maybe they got 8 home runs off him. Holy cow.
That's a lot of fucking action.
3 home runs. Yeah, 2 innings and 8 runs. Walked a couple and 3 home runs. So, well, before that, Steven Matz had been pitching pretty decent. So let's see what he'll do against this Baltimore lineup. I'm willing to throw St. Louis in on a money line. I'm not willing to lay minus 200 on Steven Matz straight up ever. I actually parlayed it with the White Sox against the Yankees. Dylan Cease is pitching. That's I got 2 plays there, so that's the parlay. The Yankees and the White Sox pays 153 plus money, pretty good value. Or the main play is lay White Sox minus 140. I'm not a big fan of laying that much juice, but Dylan Cease is just pitching awesome. 6 games started, 34 innings pitched, 3-1 record, 2.38 ERA. But the most astonishing stat is 47 strikeouts in 34 innings. So he's mowing them down. Against this Yankees team that's, either feast or famine. They're either hitting the ball out of the park or they're striking out. I look for Dylan Cease. I might look at the line on him, how many strikeouts he may get today. But
he does pitch better at home too.
Yep. The wind's blowing out. They didn't get to play yesterday, the game between them and Cleveland. I thought it was weather related, but it was actually COVID related. Cleveland's full of COVID right now.
Oh,
When's
really?
Yeah, that's what I saw last night. Cleveland's full of COVID. I think it's mostly the coaching staff, though. 10 miles an hour blowing in. So, yeah, I like the White Sox to get the win against the Yankees today. And if you don't want to do that, parlay it with either TMAC's little play with the team total of Washington, or parlay it with the Cardinals over Baltimore. Um, Brian Baker's on the hill for Baltimore, 5.4 ERA. It's only pitched in a couple games so far. In fact, actually, he's a bullpen pitcher. 10 innings pitched so far this year. So there you go. That's what I'm doing in baseball. Pretty much that's it. The two plays. I like White Sox straight up. White Sox in that money line with the Cardinals. I'll throw you out another one. Astros and Minnesota going back to the under again. I got an 8.5 this morning. It's since moved down to 8. I don't know if they're going to wrap up that game yesterday. I'm showing suspended still. So suspended to me means they're going to pick up um, out of the third inning from the game from yesterday and then go into this next game. All bets on that game were voided. That's just the way it goes. But I have a feeling they're going to pick that game up in the third inning, finish it off, and then jump right into the next game. But I do like the under in the next game. It's moved down to 8. So, what else? TMAC baseball ceases 7.5 strikeouts. That's a good number. That's a number.
Sharp.
That's sharp. Yeah, it's right on. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. You need the 8 to win.
Just a question for the chat and you, John. Are a lot of pitchers going into the 6th and 7th inning yet, or are they still just kind of hanging around the 5th and 6th? Like they're not really
No, they
getting.
get them guys into 6 at least if they can get that
Yeah.
quality start. You got to have 6 innings, 2 runs or less scored on you to get what they call the quality start.
Okay.
You got to have the 5 innings to qualify as the winning pitcher.
Yeah.
That's like last night. They kept trying to take Otani out, and he kept saying, "No, I stay in here." And yeah, Otani
Okay.
got it. No, they didn't get it done. Tampa came back in the ninth, in the 10th. Yeah, I don't even know what day I'm on half the time. Was that yesterday, right? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
yesterday.
I think
Yeah,
Tampa made the call. They got pounded the night before.
yeah. Otani got the 6 innings, only 1 earned run. So he ended up with a quality start. He don't end up with a loss on his record. So it's funny. It can work both ways. You can get that quality start and still not end up with the win or the record, the win or the loss on the record. Yeah, the bullpen got a hold of him, and not him, but of them, the Angels, and the Rays avoided the sweep, winning 4-2. Should start seeing more innings soon. Teams being safe with the lack of spring training. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Bobby. Good point. Um, these arms are starting to get more loosened up, so if they can pitch strong, they'll get deeper into the pitch count, deeper into the innings.
Yeah.
And I think Cease can do that. I think he can easily put in 6 solid innings today. And 7.5 is reasonable. You need the 8. You own that game. I've talked a lot about it. White Sox Yankees. You own it?
No, but the more we talk about it, the more I like the White Sox. I know the Yankees aren't hitting very well right now, the 177 the last 7 days, but they still seem to squeak the runs across the board. So I'm a little bit scared of that game. I'm just off of it just because
Well, the one thing I got down here in my notes that I didn't mention, or a couple things I didn't mention, the Yankees have won 7 out of, or no, excuse me, the White Sox have won 7 out of their last 8, just losing that one game to Cleveland the other day. So, White Sox are bounced right back. Their record's 15-14. They've won 7 out of 8. Just losing the one 9-12 at Cleveland on Monday. Um, the other thing is, his last game out, he pitched 5 innings, only gave up 4 hits, struck out 8 against Boston. They won 3-1 that night. That was last week. So there again, he got 8 strikeouts and 5 innings against the Boston Red Sox. So 7.5 might be manageable getting those let's hope he can get 6 full innings in to get him closer. The pitch count probably got high. They were winning at the time he left. He was credited with the win, winning 3-1. So there we go. Yankees on the road facing Dylan Cease at home. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I mean, is that just an automatic over every time they play? I mean, they're putting up football scores half the time. At least the Reds are. They're not. If they're not giving up 10, they're scoring 10. I mean, the Reds have found something lately. It was 14-11 yesterday. 25 runs in that game.
Yeah, you would think it would be pretty easy to hit the over.
I mean, they're the hottest over team in the 10-5. They beat Milwaukee 2 out of 3, scoring 28 runs in 3 games. The Reds themselves, and the Reds gave up 21 runs against Milwaukee. So 49 total runs in 3 games between Milwaukee. Now they're going against Pittsburgh, and they just played Pittsburgh. We had 9-2, 5-8, 7-3, all overs there. So the over is cashed in every single day in the month of May, every single day. So that would be.
Oh yes, sorry. I'll just add the
10 overs in a row for the Reds. 10 overs in a row since May.
Wow.
So how can you not go over 8 today?
The JT thing. I know he sucks, but the numbers that I have, since he can't really hit them, I know they are hitting right now, so that's kind of why I was confused on what to do. But they're only hitting 212 versus JT with 72 plate appearances and 11 hits, 19 strikeouts. So they're striking out more than they're hitting. But yeah, it's really tough to. I found it to be a really tough decision. Like if they could have hit JT, obviously I would have loved it. I would have been all over it. But it does worry me that in the past, that they haven't been able to hit him. But as I'm wondering,
they just faced him last week, and JT pitched great. Actually, yeah, I always fade Brubaker there, and I don't remember the results of the game, but Brubaker pitched actually great that day.
When he gave up 2 runs, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what I think it was game 1 of the series. Let me see. Yeah, game 1. Cincinnati ended up winning that game 9-2, but Brubaker himself made it through 5 innings, giving up 2 runs and 9 strikeouts. That's the day I took under on the strikeouts, and Brubaker threw up 9 in 5 innings. Got to go with the Reds over 3.5 runs total. I got to agree there. I don't see how you can go wrong with the over 8 either, because once you get into that Reds bullpen, it's just run city. Wind's blowing in.
I definitely see runs in the later innings for sure.
The Reds got the better starting pitcher. Overton's still hanging in there, 2.58 ERA. He pitched good his last time out, and I think that was against Pittsburgh as well. Overton's last game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. And he only gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings of work there. So to get this over today in the over 8, we're going to rely on those bullpens. So one way to look at this game today, one way to approach it is wait till about the 2nd inning. Wait till it's 0-0, 1-0. Wait till the middle of the 2nd, even top of the 3rd, and you're getting 6.5 runs and hit that over.
Yeah,
is what I would do.
That's a sharp play.
I wouldn't jump on the 8 right away. Wait till we get a little. And if they score right out of the gate, we just missed the boat. You can sprinkle a little on the 8 now, or you can hope that we have a first inning or 2 with no runs, come into the top of the 3rd, and hit that over 6.5. You might even see a 6. Excuse me.
I like that angle a lot, John. I like that fucking more than any of my plays, actually.
Yeah. Like I said, them bullpens will get rocked 9 times out of 10, 95 times out of 100. So, like I said, don't jump on it right now. And if they score 3 in the first inning, we just missed the boat. That's all. There's nothing we can do. Then we should just play the 8 from the beginning. Maybe put a little on the 8 now, and then hit it harder after the game.
Split it up.
Yeah, split your bets up.
Sounds good, though.
All right. No, we're gonna let people find Bo's plays. We gave out a couple. I'll look at his videos later as well. We're going to keep rolling. We still got baseball. We're going to do a little NBA ourselves. At least I am. What else, TMAC in baseball? Phillies Dodgers late game.
Yeah, that's my last play, guys. So Philly, they have Wheeler on the road. He's a 4.10. I'm going to give the pick out first, actually. We're going to take Philly first 5 team total over 1.5 at minus 124. I got. They're facing Anderson for the Dodgers. He's at home. He's a really good pitcher. He has been as of late, anyways. He's only given up 2-1, 2-1 his last 4 starts. He's a lefty. Philly can hit lefties pretty good. 244 with a 714 average, so they can do it. The last 7 though, they're hitting 270 with a 762 OPS. So they're really tearing the ball around the park. Versus Anderson, they've seen him 37 times, not a whole lot, and they have 12 hits versus them with 12 strikeouts as well, but that equals a 310 average. So I'm expecting Philly to get their 2 runs off of Anderson. He has given up 2-1, 2-1, so it's not like he's putting up 0-1, 0-1. I think Philly can get their 2 off of him pretty easily, batting 310 off of him. And so
Hey, let me ask you something real quick, T-Mac. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
When you say Philly has seen him 37 times, does that mean the 9 guys in the lineup have 37 bats?
No, it's the full list of guys that could potentially come in off the bench as well. So that's the one thing I did struggle with a little bit.
The whole Phillies roster has had 37 at bats in total. Like Bryce Harper may have 12 at bats against him, but Gene Segura may only have 4 at bats against him.
Yeah, it's just the whole team versus the pitcher. Like I said, the other website that I used to break it down differently, but I said in probably 4 or 5 videos I've had to find a new source of information, and it's a little bit skewed, but like it is still there. But
I'm just clarifying that not only for myself but for everyone listening. When you say the Phillies have faced them 37 times, that don't mean that everybody in the Phillies lineups had 37 bats against him. That means the whole team, the whole 14 guys, including the bench, you're saying have had 37 at bats.
Yeah, because like the one night, for example, I was doing just the 9 batters that were in the game that were going to be in the game, but then the next day, fucking 2 or 3 of the guys didn't play, so my numbers weren't going to be right there either. So I had to go with the full team in case somebody does get benched or just guys get pulled or whatever, right? Someone get hurt. You got a guy off the bench that comes in and hits 312 off the guy. Awesome, right? But I do wish I had it zoned in a little bit better.
All right, Bo's in here. Looks like he's going to post his plays. Bobby, Bo posts them on Facebook later. Usually he does the video as well. Bo Down wins. And then the show. He's just been having a few difficulties. We're going to get that fixed somehow. Get him back on here. So the play was, and I like how you gave the play first. That's great. Give the play first. And then we can hear why. Phillies over 1.5 first 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there you go. Phillies be able to get 2 runs. Wind's blowing out to right, 9 miles an hour. Scotty Bear's in here. How's it going, Scotty? Bo was on here and then just having some difficulty. So we'll get Bo back soon. Waiting to see what his plays are in the comments. But that's it. That's it in baseball, guys. 8 games. We went over all of them but the Kansas City, Texas game. Just nothing going on in that game, to be honest with you. Short card today, big card tomorrow. Got tons of action at MLB this weekend. Some of these guys have put out some hockey plays. I think BP had the Lightning giving up a goal and a half. The Lightning needs this game to stay alive. They're down 3-2. No, I'm hearing myself. You hearing myself? BP, TMAC, whoever. You there, TMAC? No,
No, I
TMAC's
don't hear.
having
I
tech.
don't. I just hear.
I heard myself. But anyway,
You good? We
NBA.
good?
NBA. Seems like we're good. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself.
Yep.
Weird shit. I'm hearing myself again. It's weird.
Yeah, something's going on today.
Yeah. Anyway, NBA, let's get this out of the way. NBA, game 6, Miami's up 3-2. Just make it short and quick. We're going to take Philly here. Philly won both their games at home. They got just blown out last time down in Miami, 120-85. We were on Miami that night. So we're nailing these pretty good. Home teams have been staying true. BP's got the Heat, and I'm going Sixers here. I'm going to lay the 2 with the Sixers here. Take this into game 7. You playing basketball, T-Mac?
Not this game. I'm gonna have a play on the next game.
All right, so there it is. I'm laying 2. I don't know what Bo did. I have to watch this video. T-Mac staying off that, and BP's taking the Heat with some plus money. Staying off the total there. I would lean over, but I'm not going to play it. But Philly got it done. 99-79 game 3 at home. 116-108 game 4 at home. Got their asses handed to them. Game 5 on the road. Philly bounces back tonight. Wins game 6. Takes it to game 7 on Saturday. Here we are. Phoenix, Dallas. Another game 6. This is it. Dallas is back. This is against the wall. Winners stay home. They're already at home. They're playing at home. If they lose, summer starts now. If they win, they go to Phoenix for game 7. Shoot it out, it's T-Mac. Where you at on that game? All right, he's thinking.
I'm pretty sure. Just let me check one thing. Yeah, they just came off a loss, so they're a great team after a loss. They're not going to be happy about it. They're at home. It's very similar to game 3, I believe. They should get the cup. They should get the win. I'm going to take them on the money line.
There you go. Dallas on the money line. They just got their asses handed to them 110-80. Blowout in Phoenix. Lost by 30. They were in that game. They were winning the first quarter.
Yeah.
What's that?
Said they're not going to be too. They're going to be pissed that they lost by that many points. And now coming back at home with all those fans, they got to produce, right? I think.
Yeah, I think Bo was leaning under on that game. Game 3, 103-94. Dallas took them. Game 3, game 4. Dallas took them 111-101. So both games in Dallas were won by 10 points. Covering the spreads, winning the games. Game 5, they didn't come close to the spread. They got just beat up. 110-80, losing by 30. I'm with you. Dallas on the money line, plus 110. So there you go. I'm taking both home teams to continue to go to game 7 in this series. So that should do it for us. We'll try to get our technical difficulties worked out by tomorrow. Probably T-Mac's probably tied up on Fridays, aren't you, buddy?
What time you guys doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, later. Back to the regular time.
Yeah, I can't do it at 5. Not on Fridays.
Yeah, I don't think there's any early baseball tomorrow. There's not. So yeah, we'll just do it at regular time. Hopefully, Bo will be fixed up by then. But that's it. Bo's got over in the Heat game, under in the Suns game. He probably don't want to make a pick on the winner, and his heart's on Dallas, and his money's probably on Phoenix. So those are tough games when you're a fan. I try not to be a fan because I don't like to sway.
Yep.
Where the money goes. So I am just a fan of winning rather than a fan of a team. I'll wear anybody's hat and shirt if they're winning me money.
I'm the same way, brother. I'm the same way. I'm not
Yeah.
even I don't even like to watch the games sometimes because it creates biasy for me. I just like to go off the numbers and, an article, maybe read it. If I see something I don't like, it's going to stay with me, right? But that just could be a pitcher's one bad game he had, but I'm going to remember it and it's going to persuade me almost sometimes.
Yeah, but you gotta watch. I mean, like I said, I could feel that's how I hit that 6-1 in the Memphis game. I
Yeah.
could tell Golden State was just deflated. I said they're not coming back in the second. They're gonna get blown out by 40. So I laid 27.5 points at 6-1. Nice little payday there. You could just tell Memphis was locked in, and Golden State just did. They were going through the motions. They were just like, we don't care. We'll see you in Game 6
Yeah.
back home. They don't care.
I want to
And
ask
it's
you
nice
something.
to have that lead. Go ahead.
What's that?
It's nice when you have that comfortable lead, 3-1, and you're like, yeah, we can afford to take the night off. We'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to ask, what do you, maybe someone in the chat as well. So these games where the star goes out with Morant, they say it's next man up, right? They say it's the next man up. That's what everyone says. But I'm kind of wondering if it's the way the other team looks at it. You got Golden State sitting there thinking, oh my God, Morant's out. This should be a cakewalk. But most people are on the other side saying, oh, the step up players are the reason why. But I'm wondering if it's a letdown spot for the other team. It got me thinking last night. I don't know what you guys think
Yeah,
about
I can see that. That's what the bettors do. That's what happened yesterday. The bettors are like hammering Golden State yesterday. It says no jaw, no jaw, no chance.
it. Yeah, right.
Um,
But I'm wondering if the
but it is
players
the next one.
themselves feel that way too.
It depends on the caliber of the player. Memphis is pretty deep. If you lose, well, you saw with Philly losing Embiid is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
If Giannis was out, it would be even a bigger deal. Middleton's, he's a pretty good player in his own right, but he's not the star player.
But Morant, he's like a top
Memphis,
5 player in the league.
oh, absolutely. But they've got a nice core. They really
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Any of them, Bain was just on fire, and they only played 2.5 quarters. They're guys, but they've got a really nice core, kind of like Golden State does. If somebody goes down outside, and they played a lot of games without Curry and Tom Clay this year, and it's the next guy up. That one kid on Golden State, he's going to be something too. Kawinga
Cool.
or whatever. He
Or who?
was looking good. Kawinga, I think his name was something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, he's going to be good. Um,
Like I said, I don't get to
yeah,
watch it very often.
Kaminga.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like a lot of next guy up. Like I said, if Jimmy Butler goes down, they got some guys around them that can to hold down the fort.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear
All these teams do. They're all pretty deep.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear if there was I just wanted to talk about it. I like talking about things like that and hearing different angles and stuff, right?
Yeah. Bobby said the Warriors betters are crying the blues today, saying the fix was in. No, buddy, they were on the wrong side. That's just how it goes, and the line should have kind of told you something too. The books love that shit because it was a short line. It looked like a gift for Golden State. No jaw, 4 points. Game, you know, the game didn't decide it all. They can end it all right there, 3-1. And just really, Golden State just didn't look like they cared at all from start to finish. They had 14 turnovers in the first half. They ended up with at least 21 the last I counted. I mean, they came close to a record of turnovers. Just bad passes, lazy. It was ugly. Let's see if it continues into the next game. It wasn't a good look for Golden State. Kerr was out with COVID. He won't be coaching the next game either. So Mike Brown filled in.
Oh, really?
Just was a weird night last night in that game, but not for Memphis. The place was pumped. They were hitting the threes, stealing the ball, forcing turnovers. Just a royal ass kicking. They were up by 50 at one time. They were
I
just
couldn't believe it.
Yep. The third largest win by a team facing elimination. I caught that on Scott Van Pelt last night. The third ever largest. They ended up winning by 39 points facing elimination. So,
Wow.
what an amazing game that was for anybody that was on Memphis or grabbed it live. I had to grab it live. I knew, I could tell Golden State just didn't care. I had minus 20, I had minus 27.5. I was like, that's why I said they're going to beat them by 30. That's what I kept saying. They're going to beat them by 30. Bobby says when the star player goes out, it becomes more of a team game. Ja isn't in, and when he is, he's the focus. Now he's out, and it's who do we focus on defensively? Some bad teams are like the Sixers shit the bed, but Memphis stepped it up. Yeah, and Adams is back in there. Not that he's a major factor, but he is a big man in the paint that they do need. Um, so he helps too. But more than anything, just Memphis has a lot of good secondary, not even role players. Just some of these guys could be stars on another team, you know. So Desmond Bain for one for sure, but Ja does get all the attention, and he is the main guy there.
It's just an odd situation when the star goes out and the team still wins. Like it's just it's unusual, and there's questions to be asked. That's all.
Yeah, no, it happens, and it happens a lot. Don't happen with Philly very much. They rely a lot on Embiid, even though they have their own star in a sense. James Harden used to be a star, and Maxey will be.
I get it completely. Like if you're the number 2 player, say, or even a bench player, and you want to get your game out on the court, you want to prove yourself. When LeBron's out or Embiid's out, I get that they want to bring their best effort and try to get into that starting lineup and show the team that they can play. But it's just so odd to me. It got me thinking.
Well, it's kind of like Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. Damian Lillard's Batman, C.J. McCollum's Robin.
Yeah.
But when Lillard's out, McCollum's holding down the team, and so he was pretty open to that trade to go over to the Pelicans and become the man. Even though that's kind of Zion's team, but where the hell is Zion? So
yeah,
McCollum really stepped out his game. They've got secondary players. He could easily become the Damian Lillard of the Pelicans. C.J. McCollum. It's kind of like I said, you're Robin and you're in Batman's shadows. You kind of want to step out and like Scottie Pippen always was to Michael Jordan,
Yep.
But Michael Jordan made people around him better, and that's what stars do.
For sure.
And kind of Philly is doing that. Embiid is making Harden look a little better than he has over the last few years. And I really think we're going to see a good effort out of these guys tonight. Got a lot. We're finishing up. We got a lot of people here going. Memphis been the same in regular season without Ja. Yep. Memphis was used to not playing with Ja, and they did get a lot of wins without him. Kill is here. The fix is definitely happened. Boston College got busted. E60. Yeah, shit's going to happen too. You just hope you're on the right side of it or you didn't bet it that day. With sports gambling getting bigger and bigger, I don't know. It's going to happen from time to time. It's going to probably happen more likely in college, and you may or may not know about it because they're not paying these kids in college. How much can you pay Chris Paul to tank a game? Not enough. He makes enough anyway.
That's a good point.
Then you got the referees. They can fix calls in games. I don't know. It's only a fix if you're on the wrong side of it. Really, when you're on the right side of it, it all worked out. It's kind of like when plays go to replay, and you're like, depends whose money your side's on. It's like I can see it called two different ways. Even on replay, I'm like, oh no, it's their ball. No, it's their ball. It depends what side your money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. That Scott Foster in the NBA, there's a lot of talk about him, and he's the number one official that rigs games for. I can't remember if it's for the home underdog, but the guys that I fuck with, some of them, they talk a lot about this one referee that always seems to have a fucking makes bad calls, and I don't, like I said, I don't get to see it, but it's the money ends up being in my pocket in the end. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's always Bobby's still talking about the fixes and the money. There's several ways that can be looked at this. Usually, the guys posting on Facebook and Twitter that the fix was in on them. They had a 5-leg parlay and that leg didn't hit, and for $20, nobody's fixing your shit for $20. Most of these sites, all these new gambling sites they have in all these new states, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Tell me what your limits are. What's the most you can bet on a game? $5,000? I doubt you're betting $10,000. Here in Vegas, even if you try to go bet $10,000, you got to show an ID. They got to know who you are. You don't just walk in anymore and throw $20,000 on the counter. And there's not a lot of books that'll take your bets. So
Yeah.
the whole fix shit. There's some books here that'll take $1 million bets. But, they got to know who you are, where the money comes from. Mattress Mac, the guy that's making these huge $8 million bets. He's not making them on FanDuel or DraftKings or on the app or on the phone. He's flying his ass out here to Vegas. He's going down to the South Point, and they're bringing him into a nice little private room, and he's got a suitcase full of money. But all these apps and all these kids on here, it's rigged. It's rigged. It's just because you lost, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about your $10 parlay. Nobody cares about your $100 bet. It's chump change to these guys. Maybe in college you might have Miami of Ohio against Buffalo and college basketball, and somebody shaves off 2 points or $900 or $1,000 on points bet or DraftKings. Maybe that shit happens. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. But
Yeah, I try not to obviously worry about that very often, but just the talk right now, it got me
the
going.
NCAA investigates the hell out of that. All the sports, all the major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, NHL, they keep their eye on the referees. Get graded every night. There's so much. They're trying the best they can do. I mean,
yeah,
that's all you can do. Like I said, the professional athletes, you're not convincing anybody, even a Steven Adams that isn't making top-notch salary. You're not convincing him to miss 2 free throws for $40,000. It's not going to happen. It's so you can win your $50,000 bet. Like I said, most places outside of Vegas and maybe Atlanta, offshore, they've got limits. I'm waiting for anybody to show me what their bet limits are. And right, it could happen, but how can we prove it? That referee, Tim Dogney, he got busted. He was calling a lot of fouls, and his buddies were betting the over. There's a movie about him. The NBA ref. He went to prison for quite a few years. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I can't remember what it's called. It was on Netflix not too long ago. But yeah, the NBA ref, he was calling a lot of fouls, and they were betting the overs. He was involved in a mob kind of thing, and they were betting the overs because they knew he could call a lot of fouls, and that would sway the overs to go over in the NBA. Yep, gambling is $1 billion industry. It's actually like a $6 billion industry
a year.
But there again, the books are making 5% off of every bet. When you're laying 110, somebody else is laying 110. They're making 5% off every single bet, no matter where the bets are. Books don't care who wins. So
They don't need to rig it, eh?
The Vegas fix, the fix is bullshit. They're getting money. I mean, on these games tonight in the NBA, the handle is so close. It's 51-49, 48-52. They're making $10 million just off the juice. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the poker room. When you go in to play poker, the house gets a rake. They don't give a shit who wins. So I get all that time. I see it's rigged, it's fixed, blah blah blah, bullshit. So that's all I got to say. Like I said, been doing this long enough that the house does always win because they're getting not only they're getting 5% off of every single bet, they're getting 50% or better off every single parlay ticket because more than 50% of every parlay ticket loses. And then
Yep.
once you put 3 teams in, now you're up to 80% of those losing. When you put 4 teams in, you're up to 90% of those losing. And everybody who plays parlays, they love you in the casinos. That's why if you ever walk into a casino, all you see is these parlay cards. Well, it's not because they're giving away money. That's what they want you to play because that's their best advantage right there. So they make 5% off a single bet. They make 50% off a parlay. A 2 team parlay,
Probably
they make
80% of the bettors probably bet parlays too.
The new generation, everybody wants to get rich quick. Nobody wants to build a bankroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to throw a 3, 4, 10, 16 leg parlay together um, and get rich quick. $2 wins 200. $10 wins 1,200. That's the kind of, yeah, that's what they do. And books love you guys. You know, if you parlay more than two, you know, your likelihood, your true odds go down just considerably. You know, 3 team parlay pays 6 to 1. True odds 8.5 to 1. That's the real odds of hitting a 3 team parlay.
Wow.
True odds versus casino odds are two different things. There's books on that. There's internet. Google it. A 4 team parlay, the casinos pay 10 to 1. True odds are around 18 to 1. So,
Wow.
the probability. I bet parlays, but just for 50 cents or $2. All right. Yeah, and they're they can be fun and all that, and they can be a head spot. Nothing wrong with throwing together a 4 team parlay for $10 to win 100. Still not getting like the odds that you should, but if you win 3 out of 4, you might find a little head spot or a middle spot, especially, and be able to cash on both sides. Baseball's a little tougher, but definitely in the NFL or the NBA or college sports.
I find college is a spot where if I will parlay, that'll be a 4 team parlay at most in college, just because there's 60 games to pick from.
Yeah. There again, I mean, we could do a whole nother day, a whole nother video about how if you press your money, it's the same as parlaying it. If you bet 100, let's say you bet 100 on a 3 team parlay, that pays 600, right? 6 to 1. Now, if I bet 100 and I win, I get $91 back. I got now 191. And if I bet all that again and I win that, I get 107. Now I'm up to 360. Then I bet it all again. I bet my 360. You actually make more money by pressing
Single.
it by right. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you can pull a little bit from it too, kind of like the blackjack system. If you bet $100, you win. You press it, you put 50 more on. You win it again, you press it again, and then you win that third time. Then you start pulling back. There's a lot of different systems. There's a ton of systems. Just depends what seems to work best for you. But parlays in the end, and round robins. I could go on about a round robin.
Mhm.
Round robins are only beneficial if you put dogs in there. Once you put a favorite in a dog in a round robin, they're useless.
What's
So
what's the biggest parlay you've ever hit? Like how many games on one?
I had 8 games in baseball a couple years back. I put $1 and I won 200. I took all
Nice.
overs on a Sunday. It was just I don't play a lot of big parlays, to be honest with you, TMAC. So that's probably like my only story I've got to tell.
I'm sure it was years back, right?
Yeah, I'd rather take, like I said, a bigger bet and go single or even double.
Yeah.
We did pretty good the other night on those money lines, betting pretty big. But no, I don't try to put, because every time you put out $10, $10, $10 on a parlay every night, by the end of the week you've lost $75, $80. maybe you hit one. More than likely, you didn't.
It's a
Here's
grind.
a 25 legger. Just yeah, I don't. I've never. You
Holy
can't. You can't even put 25 legs here in Vegas. They would laugh you out of the. If you tell me
spider leg.
you want to put them a 10 leg parlay in Vegas, they'd laugh you out of the casino. They'd say, "Take your ass to Michigan and play on FanDuel." They would laugh you. You can't
Really?
do more than 18 in Vegas. Nowhere. Nowhere. No, no, we have strict gaming. They don't want people being conned. Those books are gimmicks, to be honest with you. We're not allowed to have DraftKings, FanDuel, PointsBet, Fox Bet, none of that bullshit here. Everything's standards, regulations. No gimmicks. They don't want to have gimmicks and look like 12 leg parlay. Now, William Hill in football, they'll let you do what they call progressive parlays, where you can pick a 15 on a card, and it's a set amount. It's $5, and you pick between the games they give you. It's almost like a lottery here, since we don't have lottery. Don said a 10 legger in football for 1,500. Yeah, that's awesome. And you hit it once, but I doubt you just played it once. That's the
Oh yeah,
thing.
this was a one-time question for a one-time your best ever one
Well,
parlay.
but what I'm saying is, you may hit it once, but you
Yeah,
may have played it 100 times just to hit it once. You see what
that's
I'm
right.
saying too? You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like you got lottery where you're at, Mega Millions,
Yep.
and you may play it every day, every week, and you may never hit it, or you may hit it once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pick three numbers or pick five numbers, whatever the hell the lottery is.
Oh yeah, they got all that shit.
Yeah, see, never hit it again, and you probably won't. Um, but it's fun. Like I said, you put a few bucks in, and you can get 8 or 9. You still can find a nice little head spot or middle spot at the end. But if you consistently try to win on parlays, you're not going to win. Most
Yeah.
of us
It's gonna
know
it's gonna
that.
drive you insane too. I have one friend, he messages me almost every day. Like he's pissed, he's pissed, he's pissed. I'm like, dude, just fucking bet them in singles. Like, level up. Don't fucking be an amateur playing fucking parlays every night.
I have a buddy in football. Every year, he does. Every week in college football, he knows his college football. He's probably better than me at it. He's really good at college football. Every week, he'll bet a 5-team parlay, and every week he hits 4 out of 5. Every single week. I don't think he's ever cashed. And he's hitting 80%, and he's still a loser. I'm like, dude, you're hitting 80%, and you're still a loser. You're winning 4 out of 5. I don't,
Mm.
I don't, I don't have that money to put that much on a game. I like putting 100 to win 2,000. I'm like, just put 50 on each game and keep pressing it or something. Like,
Yeah, even 25. Yeah, it takes a long time to build wealth. Fast money's dangerous.
yeah, everybody wants to get rich quick. That's how it goes. But yeah, like I said, throw a little bit on it now and then, $20, throw something together. Pick the dogs though, man. The dogs are really what pays them. It's easy for anybody to pick -300 the Yankees, -300 the Giants tonight, and then you got 4 teams out there at -200, -300, and it pays just a little over even money. You'd be surprised you put 3 dogs together and they hit. Man. Then you really get true odds on the dogs too, because they multiply it by the actual true numbers of what the plus money is. So,
Yeah.
and that's the same thing round robin. Put five dogs in a round robin, and I don't know, some of these books. I mean, here in Vegas, they'll let you put dimes on it. 256 combinations at 10 cents a piece costs you 25.60. But if you hit all five, man, it can pay upwards close to a couple $1,000 playing dogs. I've hit them in college football. So, yeah, don't always parlay the favorites is all I got to say, because the dogs do win, and they're the ones that bust the tickets, and they're the ones that start the whole it's rigged.
Yeah.
Vegas, the fix is in, all that shit you got to hear. The fix is
Yeah,
in
you take
Vegas.
5 favorites, one of them's gonna fucking be upset. It's just guaranteed, almost.
Yeah, and it's usually the first one on your ticket or the last one.
Yeah.
And it used to happen to me all the time. I'd win the four. I'd win the four that I thought was even the hardest. I was like, oh man, this is easy. Oh, Dodgers minus 250 tonight against the shitty Reds, and then bam, you lost on the last one. Like,
I used to fuck with my head, man. That shit. That's why I got away from parlays. They're just dangerous. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
I gotta head out here soon.
yeah. Dawes is both teams to score. Yeah, variations too. Pick something like that. A lot of these you can parlay them with. I'm gonna look into if it's not too late, which it is already. Look at that. First pitch is already off, so we went longer than we expected. Top of the first, Mets already got a guy on base. So let's get into baseball. Let's bet some baseball. Let's let TMAC do his thing. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good weekend, TMAC. We'll see you next week, buddy.
You too, John. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks again.
See you guys.